Sarah Baartman, the story of her hips. Today, we tell the story of Sarah Baartman, a South African woman whose life became a symbol of resilience, injustice, and the fight for human dignity. Known in Europe as the Hottentot Venus, Sarah's story is heartbreaking, but it is also a story of strength that still inspires today. Sarah Baartman was born around 1789 among the Khoikhoi people in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. She grew up in a community rich with culture, tradition, and family bonds. From a young age, Sarah's body was different from what European colonists were used to. She had large hips and a full buttocks, a feature that her people celebrated as a sign of beauty and fertility. But Europe saw things differently. Colonial powers were fascinated by differences. They objectified those they considered exotic, and Sarah would become one of the most tragic examples. In 1810, Sarah was taken to London under false promises of work and opportunity. Instead of freedom, she was forced into exhibitions where people paid to see her body, often in humiliating ways. Crowds laughed at her, poked fun at her hips, and she was made to wear revealing costumes. Later, she was moved to Paris, where her exploitation continued. Scientists, doctors, and curious spectators studied her body as if she were an object rather than a human being. She endured public scrutiny, isolation, and unimaginable humiliation, all because of her physical appearance. Sarah Baartman died in 1815, just in her mid-20s. But even after death, she was denied dignity. Her body was dissected, and her remains were displayed in a Paris museum for over 150 years. It wasn't until 2002 that her remains were finally returned to South Africa and given a proper burial, honoring her humanity and the pain she endured. Sarah's story teaches us about the destructive power of racism and colonialism, but it also reminds us of the importance of respect, empathy, and justice. Her body, once mocked and objectified, is now a symbol of strength, resilience, and the fight for human dignity. Today, we remember Sarah Baartman not just for her hips, but for her courage and the injustices she suffered. Her story challenges us to reflect on how we treat others and to fight for equality and respect for all. If you were moved by Sarah's story, like, share, and subscribe to discover more stories of courage and resilience from history.